Welcome. Let's begin with string object. In Python, string is a sequence of characters and each character is an indexed character. So given the string object, each of the character of a string can be accessed using an index. Okay, and there is no character variable type in Python. So let's move on to string indexing. Let's say we have a string say hello, and if you want to access each and every character of string, we can do using indexing. So in Python there are two types of index. First one is a positive index which begins with 0 and up to the length of the string, and second one is a negative index which begins at the end of the string with -1 up to the length of the string to the first character. Okay, so if you want to access individual character, we can use index values to access this character. So if you want to access s, we can write index to 0 or either -9, which will give us the character s. Okay, so let's access the character. So how we access it? First of all, we will write the variable name, which is s in this case. Inside square brackets we will write the index. So in this case we will see what is the character at index 0. So as we can see, it reaches to s. Now if we check what is the character at index 2, it should print y. Okay, as expected, it prints y. Let's check at position 5. So at 5 it is e. Now let's check negative index. So if we print -1, it should print the last character of the string. As expected, it prints 0, O. And if we access -7, it should print y. It prints y. Okay, so what happens if we try to print index or try to access the index out of range? It will result in index error. So if we execute it, as we can see here, it only in positive index are up to only 8. Okay, so it will raise an error saying that index error because index is out of range. Next thing is slicing. Slicing is taking a part of a string using indexes. Okay, it is also called as a substring. We can extract the part of a string using indexes. Okay, so while slicing, it will create a new string object and return to the variable, or it will print the result string object. Okay, so how to slice it? So for slicing, inside the square bracket we will provide two arguments instead of single argument as we passed to access the single character. So we will pass beginning of the index and the end of the index. Now the end of the index the character at the end of the index will not be included. So suppose we are passing 1 to 5. Okay, so it will include the character at 1, but it will not include the character at 5 into the substring. It will print the substring up to h. Okay, from a to h it will extract the substring if we provide start at 1 and end at 5. Okay, so let's dive into it. Okay, So if we want to, we will take the same example 1 to 5. Okay, so if you want to access s 1 to 5, okay, if we execute it, as we can see the result, it will not include e into the result substring. Okay, now Python internally execute the slice function. When we provide index like this, it will give this argument to the slice function. Okay, so internally if we write the slice function like this, it will give same result as we saw earlier with this index. Okay, next topic is, what if we don't provide the end or the beginning index? So if we don't provide end part of it, it will take substring till the end of the string or up to the last character. So if we provide index like this, begin from index 4 and end is given nothing or blank, then it will print the it will return the string object starting from index 4 up to the last index. So it will include O also. Okay, so let's execute it. As you can see, it will return hello. Okay, same thing with negative index also. So if we print it from index -5, which is from h, and if we don't provide the end index, it will print up to the last character of the string. So it will also result into the same hello. Okay. Next is, if we don't provide the start and provide the end, it will take start at the position of index 0, which means from the first character it will start the substring and it will end at index whichever given at the end. In this case it is index 4. So if we execute it, it should print from beginning, which is from 0 up to 4, which means up to here, say and plus space. Okay, so let's execute it. As we can see, it will print say only, it will not include the character h. Okay, same thing for negative index. So from beginning, which means it will take as a -9 and up to -6, which means it will not include the space, but it will return substring up to y. Y is included. So let's see the output. As expected, it print the say. Okay. We can also provide start and end as a blank, but it will return string as it is. So there will be no change in, because it will start from beginning and it will end at the end of the character. But it will be useful when we provide the third argument, which is step. Okay, that we will see in a moment. So what happens if we provide index of slicing out of the range, such as this example? Okay, So if we provide, so we know the index is, it begins from 0 up to 8, and if we give index which is totally out of range, it will not give you any error, but it won't return anything. So if we try to print the result string after this, as we can see, it returns nothing. Okay, but if one of the argument, either start or the end, is within the range, then it will return a result. So first case is if the start is within the range and end is out of range. So what happens? So it will print substring beginning from the start, which is in this case 4, up to the end of the string. Okay, so if we execute it, as we can see here, it will include character at start. Okay, so from this up to end of the string, it prints hello. Okay, and second case is when start is out of the range and end is within the range. Okay, so what will happen is it will create a substring beginning at the first character of the string up to the end index, so which is at 4, but as we have explained earlier, up to end index, so it will not include the character at the end, so it will extract the substring up to say and space. So let's execute it. As expected, it returns string say and h is not included. Alright, so next topic is, as we have seen up to this point, is we have provided indexes in the sequence which is start is always less than end. Okay, so what happens if we provide it where start is greater than end, like this? Okay, when we provide only 2 parameter, it will not print the reverse string. So what we expect is from index 8, it should print reverse string up to the index 5. So it should print OLL. Okay, but if we execute it, it will not print anything. Okay, so remember that when giving only 2 parameter start and end to the slice, we must pass start less than end. Okay, same goes for negative index also. So if we provide -1 and -4, which is in a reverse direction, it will not print anything. Okay, but it will print, but we can print string in the reverse direction or the reverse string using third parameter, which is step. Okay, so slice function have 2 constructor. First one we saw, we pass only 2 parameters, start and end, and second constructor is we can pass 3 parameters. The third one is step. So step is an interval at which it should take the character. Okay, so let's give the step to 2. Okay, so it will print every second character into the string from beginning to end. Okay, we haven't provided start and end. Okay, so first it will print first character, and after one it will skip one character, and it will print the every other character. So let's execute it. As we can see here, it will print S, skip A, print Y, skip space, print H, and so on. Okay. We can also provide the negative step. So it will print in reverse direction. So if we see here, if we provide -2, it will begin from the end of the string and it will print the every other character. Okay, so it will begin from O. Okay, let's execute and see the result. So as we can see here, it will print first O, then skip L, print L, then skip E, print H, then skip space, print Y, and so on. So for print traverse in reverse direction, we need to pass negative step. Okay, so step is not limited to 1 and 2. We can give any number of step. Okay, so this will begin from first character A, and it will print every third character. Okay, so if we execute it, as we can see here, from first character is print and every third character, which is H and L. Okay, so now in order to reverse the given string, we just need to provide only -1, and we will skip begin, start, and end because we want to reverse the whole string. Okay, so if we execute it, it will traverse in reverse. As we can see here, it will print the reverse string of given string. Okay, now if we want to traverse in a reverse direction, as we saw earlier, with the 2 parameter, we must pass start, which is less than the end. But when traversing in reverse direction, it changes completely reverse. Okay, so when we are providing any negative step, start must be greater than end. Okay, then and then only we can traverse in reverse direction. So if we execute this, first of all we will check in index. So if we execute it, it will -1 is, so it will traverse in reverse direction for each character. So it will begin at index 8 and up to index 3 it will print the character. So we should expect the hello into the reverse string. Okay, so as we can see, hello printed in reverse string. Okay, same we can provide with negative index also. Okay, so negative step with negative index. So if we check our table, we can see here it will given a start which is greater than end because we have provided negative index. So it will also give us the same result up to space. So it will print hello into the reverse string. So as expected, it prints reverse hello. Okay, next topic is, as we have explained earlier, the string object is immutable. So it is once constructed, we cannot change its value. So if we try to modify some character at particular index, suppose we want to attach exclamatory at the end of the string, it will result in error. String object does not support item assignment because in short it is an immutable object. We also cannot replace the existing character also in the string object. If we try to do it, it will also give us an error. But we can create a new object out of existing string object. So first one is string operator is plus, is a concatenation operator which concatenates two strings, okay, and it returns new result string. Okay, so suppose we have two strings, first is hello and second one is Python. If we combine it, it will join two string without adding any special character or spaces between them. It will join it and returns the resulted string object, and it will store that string object's memory location into variable s3. Okay, so if we execute it and print the variable, as we can see, it holds the string hello Python. Okay, we can use concatenation operator plus with slices also. So slices also returns the substring. Okay, so it also returns a string object which can also be concatenated. So in this example, as we can see here, what we are doing is we are taking hello as it is. After the space of hello, we are joining j, and we are taking substring from the second character up to the last character. So first character is indexed at 0, so we are removing p and joining with j, so it should result in hello Jython. Okay, so let's execute it. As expected, it removes p and j takes place of the rest of the string. Okay, we can also use concatenation operator to combine strings, okay, in the print statement. So as we saw earlier, we can pass multiple string to the print statement using comma. Okay, so it will add space between two string by default, but we can combine it with the separator parameter. Okay, but if you don't want to pass that parameter, we can use plus, so it will not print any extra space between two strings are combined as it is. Okay, next operator is multiplication operator. So it repeats the string up to given digit. So if we have string s1 equal to hello, and if we write result string as a s1 into 3, it will repeat the string hello 3 times, and it will return the string object containing s1 string 3 times repeated. Okay, so if we execute and print it, as we can see, the whole string is repeated 3 times and combined into the single string object. Okay, so that's bring us to end of the video.